The Panthers Poundcast is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are solely those of the presenters and in no way reflect the views of the Panthers organization.
Listener discretion is advised.
You got it.
This is Panthers Poundcast.
Feeling great. Let's do this, Carlos.
Are you psyched? Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Welcome
Woo!
to Panthers Poundcast Saturday edition. I am Los Pantera, along with
Master Splinter.
and
Jamaica's Plow in the house
Tree,
on this
tree.
wonderful Saturday because this fool's going out of town again.
sorry, man. It's the life
So-
of a jet set and playboy.
Next week we'll be joined again either by Josh or
Some
it'll
random
just be
hooker.
A
it
stuffed
may just
animal.
be a two-man show
Or a hooker.
Or a hooker.
or a hooker.
Not to just to be on the show.
A stuffed
Yeah.
animal would double as a hooker.
There's a lot of hookers that know about
Hey.
football.
She's an escort.
That's why they know about football.
Exactly.
Anyways, how's your week's been, fellas?
Been cool, man. Working, getting ready to go on vacay. I'm gonna miss you guys.
You know you're not.
I'm sure I will.
I'm gonna miss you too.
No, he's not gonna miss it. He's gonna be having a great time.
I don't remember a lot about you. Definitely gonna give you a call during one specific part of my trip. So,
I agree.
yes, exactly.
So
But
where are you going?
I'm going upstate New York. I'm going to Connecticut, see my friends,
Dirty North.
family,
Boo.
of course. My niece graduated high school. 'Tis the season.
Are you
all
gonna
the
see any
graduations
classless
going around.
Patriots fans?
I'm going to see tons of them. I got a ton in this little subdivision I'm living in anyway. So down here in North Carolina, Pats fans are everywhere. There's Giants fans everywhere.
Ugh,
But
whatever.
yeah,
We hate
so I'm
them.
going to head it up there to just fucking kick it for a little bit.
Cool.
A little whatever.
Killer.
Well,
Yeah, you guys?
Not a whole lot, man. Just trying to make it in this world.
me too.
Good.
Poor black man trying to live in Bel Air.
100%
Like Will
Negro.
Smith.
Is that the problem?
That's what he said.
We all need an Uncle Phil in our life, I think. I'm the Uncle Phil.
You are definitely the
Uncle Phil would never wear a hat this ridiculous.
Whatever. He lives in Bel Air.
I forgot my hat in
Beanie's in the middle of summer. Who gives a shit?
Let me ask you something.
Jamaica says that everyone has to have a hat, and I forgot my hat, so I have to look like a goddamn South Park character.
Omar Gaither gave me this hat in New Orleans after the game.
He was on
I
610 The Fan.
Yeah, he's there like every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That's my hat.
He's
Story.
really interesting to listen to. It's cool to see.
I have
all that
not. It's so
insight.
funny now that we're sitting in the off season. I have not listened to anywhere near as much as a sports radio as I normally did.
Well,
but
I
I'm
just
also
had
not driving during the day.
30-minute drive into work, 30-minute drive back.
Since I stopped
so I
commuting.
just kind of I catch little pieces here and there, and
Totally.
a little bit at lunch.
Switching gears, you know what? Tom wants to be on the show for next week, maybe.
The Tominator.
The Tominator.
He listens to every one of our episodes and he says that he gets embarrassed for us when we start talking about college football stuff. He's like, you guys need someone on there that knows something
Knows
about college. Y'all are stupid. I was like, fuck you, Tom, we say that.
All right, so we bring in. He's our college expert.
So, yeah, well, fuck
Wait a
college.
minute, he said that. Fuck you, Tom. You piece of shit.
Your Baltimore Orioles. You lost 13-2 yesterday. Anyways, Panther news. What about old Greg Olson? Did you have something about him? Top 100, perhaps?
Greg Olson? I have no idea.
Somebody said that to me. He was in the top 100. I feel
Of course he's in the
Yeah,
top 100.
38.
What are they at? Yeah, they're in the top 40 now.
So,
Yeah.
congrats to Mr. Olson on that. That's pretty awesome.
We know that. We're great.
He's really stepping up. I feel like as more of a team leader this year. He's doing a lot more
Without a
interviews.
doubt.
He stepped up for Cam in a recent one, saying that you cannot question his integrity as a player or his toughness. That in all-time NFL history, there's being more asked of him ever than any other player, especially at the quarterback position. And he also,
On and off the field.
yeah, he's just doing a good thing. I
Well,
feel.
Greg, and I saw an article about this earlier this week, is arguably as good as Rob Gronkowski when you talk about a receiving
Right.
tight end. Rob obviously has those yards after the catch, and he's
huge.
bigger.
But he's a freaking
he's bigger.
Like Cam
And-
Newton, a physical anomaly.
And the difference is Rob can block.
Right. Well, you know, I was watching. Did you see the Cam Newton video? They did a highlight video for this right. Okay, so I watched the whole thing. There's a couple of highlights that cut in where Olsen stepped up. He made the blocks. He made the big plays. Seattle, man, are we gonna ever forget that touchdown in Panthers history.
No, that was in his room.
It's etched.
I watched it.
Like I'm saying, you could tell me Greg Olsen is a wide receiver, and I believe you. Like he is,
Right.
He's a really amazing receiver.
I really love those yards after.
But the blocking does leave something to be desired.
We're not talking shit, Greg. We're not
Especially
talking
in the
shit
run
now.
game.
It can only get better.
Yeah,
It
we're
can't-
not hating on you. We're not
That's all we
throwing
had.
shade.
That's why it's
Yeah.
also bow time.
Yeah.
Bo
He's
time.
a blocking tight end.
Bo Sandlin.
It's Pew time.
What about some contract signing this week?
Oh yeah, well, of course we know that Ron Rivera got a new
Ron
contract.
Rivera got an extension.
He is going to be our head coach through the 2018 season.
All right, coach.
He makes $3 million extra onto this this deal
Can I
from
borrow
his last deal.
$5?
And then, of course, we signed our offensive tackle, Michael Orr. He signed a 3-year contract extension worth $21.6 million in new money, averaging $7.2 million with $9.5 guaranteed. And from what I've heard, this is a very team-friendly deal, but it's still giving Mike the money that he deserves. He played well last season, especially in the pass game. In the run game, not so much. I think he ranked as the worst offensive tackle in the league when it comes to the run.
We got to hope that he stays consistent compared to what he did last year. Not a lot of people had faith. I had faith that he was going to have a resurgence, but then how far does this go? And does it warrant the extension?
He's got 1 year of experience in our system.
Right.
Like, for a first year in our system offensive tackle, I think he played
Left
well.
tackle at
Or
that.
yeah.
Right. And he also has the familiarity of his coach being on our team too, his former coach.
True.
Right.
That's huge.
That's
for him.
huge, right? So that's what I want to see.
And he also said that
does he now that he's getting older? Can we expect he's actually going to get better next season?
He says he's more hungry. The money's motivated him and not made him lazier. So we'll see.
That's what I want to see.
We saw his
I'm
ability in the pass game last year. You have to imagine that in minicamp and in training camp this year, they're going to be focusing on getting him up to speed on run blocking.
Right.
And he can only, like I said, he was last in the league in run blocking. So he can literally only improve.
Are we talking about maybe the opportunity for a dynasty at this position?
At this position?
His position or the tackle's position, like the combo.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Oh, like the combo of Orr and Remmers. They both also had one.
I
full
don't think
season.
Remmers is going to be our right tackle this year.
You don't think so?
No, I think that Darrell Williams is going to be our right tackle this year.
He's coming on strong.
Prediction. We'll see what happens.
Rumor has it.
Oh, what's
We don't have a rumor this week. Rumor has it.
That's the rumor?
Rumor has it that Darrell
That
Williams.
Splinter has the inside track.
Yeah, Remmers is
things.
gone,
That is a
and
rumor.
Williams is stepping up. So
Well, it helps for consistency. We haven't had that no line for a while. And then
Exactly.
also a note worth noting is that immediately after Orr's extension, all of his teammates sent blindside gifs on the
Oh,
internet
yeah,
making
that
fun of
was
him,
awesome.
which was pretty great. And Sandra Bullock looks really hot in that movie, so that's great.
I think that if he can
Fun fact about
stay that level, and we can do something great next year, that also cement his legacy.
Fun fact about Michael Orr. He ranked in the 98th percentile in protective instincts.
That's a true fact.
Fun fact about Michael Orr: he is 1/8 Swedish.
Fun fact about Michael Orr.
That's kind
He's
of
a big motherfucker.
Yeah, and he doesn't like to be called Big Mike according to the movie.
according to him too.
Anyways, you
Or
know
is
what? You know his job and all those other fools on O-line is to protect number one. And number one says that he has not peaked as a player yet, and he will find many ways to improve his game this week, which I'm happy about.
We didn't talk about Khalil.
We already
Yeah, we talked about him last week.
and we just talking about him last week about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Just for the record,
the
those
pre-show
I meant
meeting,
specifically
right.
with the specifics of his contract.
Yeah,
did that last week
Did we really? Why was he looking it up before the show started?
because he misspoke because he's talking about Michael Orr.
Yeah.
These fucking guys, mostly this one. I just don't understand.
Anybody listening?
No, I'm not anymore.
Not anymore. They turned off.
They're gone.
Fuck you guys.
Gone.
And you blame Josh.
Anyway.
I don't know.
But yeah, Cam, he has not peaked. You've seen it every year. I mean, every year he's gotten better in some aspect of his game. And you'd have to imagine that that's going to carry over into the later parts of his career where we start to see him not run as much. Because make no mistake about it, we love it as Carolina Panther fans, but the time when Cam can't run the same way that he always has is coming. It's a lot closer than we want to admit, but at the same time, we're seeing his maturation as a pocket passer,
right.
And that's going to carry him through the second half of his career.
But the threat will always be there for him.
Absolutely.
His body is just...
I mean, yeah, he's an absolute monster.
Mm-hmm.
But there's going to come a time where we're not seeing him go over the top.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Not
this season.
Not this season.
Or next.
No, Panthers need to be beast first, and that's
after
really,
we win 3 or 4 Super Bowls, he can relax.
That's really where you got to see on paper. It looks like we're going. Cam, yes, he got so much better in the pocket. Now he's got 2 fucking huge targets that are younger than him, working, gelling with him. This is the makings of a dynasty. Not to ruin our jibba jabba, but it is.
Well, stop using that word. It's not a
Which
kiss.
word, jibba jabba or dynasty?
Both.
The D word, that's a jinx, sir.
Personal jinx.
What?
Well, we're talking about Cam Newton running. Let's league that into the stat world for you. I have a stat.
Okay.
I'd like to take, you guys can guess real quick. This isn't the game, but just guess. Top 3 most elusive NFL running backs from last season. Minimum 165 carries. As rated by Pro Football Focus.
You go first.
Just take top 3 in no particular order. Can you guys get 3? And obviously I wouldn't be talking about this if one of our guys wasn't on it. So there's a temp.
Well, Jonathan Stewart.
Bam, number 3. Anyone care to guess who the other 2 are? You'll be very surprised.
Doug Martin.
That's who I was
Number
going to
1.
say. And Gurley.
Nope.
I think I saw something about this. Is it Mark Ingram?
Sure is. All 3 NFC South fucking running backs are the top 3 in elusivity. I thought that was pretty
That's pretty nuts.
It is nuts.
And honestly, like, I don't know if I just don't give him the credit that he deserves, but I don't give a shit about Mark Ingram. I can't remember the last time that I was like, no, Mark Ingram!
Damn you, Mark Ingram.
He doesn't do shit
Like,
to
I've
us.
done that
Yeah, but
for Devontae Freeman, and I've done that for Doug Martin
It's
before.
the same thing, though, with the Saints. There's a team itself. They haven't been anybody we've had to really worry about.
They are a team on the slide.
I saw some people online talking about they're the biggest threat in the NFC South this year to the Panthers, the Saints.
Again, whatever. Fuck you, 4 in a row. I was just saying that. One more stat for you before we get
Online,
into the
don't
next
believe
section.
everything you read.
Take a guess at this. Only since 1996, all but 3 NFC teams have played in the championship game. Who are the 3 teams who have not played in an NFC championship game since 96?
The NFC Championship game.
13 of 16 have played in it since 96.
The Lions have
It's only
not.
3. Yeah,
Lions
definitely
is
Lions.
one.
The Titans.
Nope, they're AFC also.
Oh, sorry. I thought you missed the NFC part.
Um,
What are we going to talk about right now?
since when?
96.
96. The Skins. And the Chiefs?
AFC.
No, damn.
Redskins, you mean?
No, that was
Stay
the
in the
second one.
stay in the same division as the Redskins.
The Raiders.
The fucking Cowboys. Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Cowboys, Redskins, and Detroit.
You
Welcome
know,
to the bottom of the barrel.
And I think that that's a completely mental thing for me, because as much as I hate the Cowboys,
Yeah.
I remember them as the winners,
right.
like the Dynasty, like
The Emmett era, Detroit.
the triplets.
Yes.
But really, since '96, I think I saw a stat. Aren't they 500 since '96?
One floating around it. They're terrible. The Cowboys are just terrible.
Are literally terrible.
Yeah. Well, they're average. If they're 500, they are an 8-8 team since '96,
Right.
which is now what
20 years? 20 years.
20 years ago. Yeah. So.
Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that. I thought that was a cool stat. And then
2 decades. Well, you got to expect somebody's going to turn something around eventually.
you both want to keep talking about the AFC so damn much. Let's talk about our AFC fight battle.
All right. Man, you are becoming a segue master in this fucking show.
Well, we
Mike.
can't just sit here and look at each other's wieners all day long.
Jamaikas is the fucking
That's
genius.
true. We can, but we just
This
need
is
to
our show. We could look at wieners all day.
So
That's what we do.
our first round last year, our first round last week. Damn it!
First round last year.
First round last year.
Shaq Thompson.
We're going to do this segment
Okay.
once a year. We'll be finished in 6 years.
Beat Aaron Rodgers and
In our fight.
in our UFC battle between NFL quarterbacks. And in the battle of Manning versus Wilson, we decided that Russell Wilson would take down
The mouth breather.
the mouth breather.
He's just
Eli
younger and
He breathes through his nose.
yeah.
This
blacker.
week, we have AFC's round one.
Not really.
And in our first matchup,
Russell Wilson's not blacker than Eli Manning.
I don't think so.
Well, all right.
Russell
Oh,
Wilson.
sorry. Side note. What you were saying? Who's fighting?
Brady versus Luck.
Neckbeard versus cheating piece of shit.
You know, I gotta go.
So it's experience versus youth.
He's Ric Flair. He's the dirtiest player in the game.
Very
He's
true.
gonna cheat. Tom Brady all the way.
Tom Brady.
will bring
Woo!
the neck braider down. The neck beard down.
Neck braider.
A neck braider.
Neck beard down.
Anyways, I agree, and we want to see Tom Brady fight Cam Newton eventually.
Exactly. Well, no. Maybe. Well, he might get beat along the way.
He's not going to.
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't know.
Alex Smith, he's pretty tough.
I might
He's
have.
not in the damn thing.
I might have to
Damn
go
it,
Luck.
why not?
I might have to go Luck. I think that Luck has a toughness factor. And plus, Tom, he's not going to want to mess up his pretty face
That's
or
why
his
he's going to use
hair.
like a lead pipe or some shit, though.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Oh, so we're saying that once
Pay off the ref.
once he gets Luck turned around, he's going to pull out the chair.
Payoff ref, brass knuckles, something.
This is UFC, WWE, death match in a cage style
shit.
fist fight. Brady's gonna
Maybe
have
Brady
Gronkowski with the lead pipe.
All right, we're going
Come
to
in with
agree
the
on
chair.
this then. Brady cheats his way through the first round.
I'm with that, like usual.
He should be like the $1 Million Man and buy his way
Down
out
goes
the final
Luck.
round.
So go ahead and write him down on the thing with our pen. And
Bad luck.
Yeah.
So we know who wins.
All right, and then who's next?
It says Rapist Rivers.
Rapist versus Rivers.
Everyone knows that means Roethlisberger.
Rapist
Yep.
Rivers is the worst amusement park site ever.
That really is.
Ever.
Philip Rivers is a crybaby, and Rapist is a rapist.
So,
Roethlisberger's raping aside, he's got huge size over Rivers. Not that Rivers is, tiny, but
Rivers is a fucking crazy Southern boy, though.
he's also older than Roethlisberger. These two guys.
I think I'm going to have to vote Rivers for a number of reasons. Like, he pulled the Southern card. I'm with it. And then B, Ben Roethlisberger beats up on women.
Ben Roethlisberger went to Miami of Ohio.
Listen,
Yeah,
both
it's
these guys suck. So I have a scenario in which this is going to be very fruitful for everybody. Brady's cheating is so bad.
He paid that ref off.
He has somebody interfere to get both of them counted
Right.
out. So it's a draw. He gets
So
an
Brady
empty
bought
round
rules,
into the next round.
just like he
so
did in
Brady
football.
jumps into the next round
So he changes rules in all
by
sports.
cheating.
That's great.
Just saying.
Okay, whatever. I'm down with it.
That's what happened.
Brady wins the AFC.
Not yet. He still has somebody else that doesn't he?
Well,
No, that's it.
No, that's it.
Oh yeah, that is it, right? Okay, so yeah, he buys his way into it. All right,
It
let's
actually
go.
sounds like it works to me. He does pay
No,
off.
because
then
you still got-
we have to determine.
Brady would have to. Oh yeah, he'd be skipping it, but we would go
What are you talking? There's two.
And-
Calm
NFC.
down.
Cam versus
Calm
Russell
down.
Wilson
Cam versus Russell
That's
Wilson
next week.
is next week.
I was trying to get to. Sorry.
Good God.
Lord. This is a.
It's
had to-
Saturday. I'm
you know
not
what the
in.
fuck-
I'm not.
Shh, why are you yelling?
Because we're making a freaking podcast.
You know what happened? This fucking dickhead, we're at Dunkin' Donuts. I order my double turbo shot, and this fucking douchebag says, "Can I get medium coffee with 1 sugar and 2 turbo shots, not separate?" So this lady, sweet girl that she is, puts it in the stupid fucking thing. He's like, "Oh shit! Well, I'm sorry. I meant separate." And he's like, then she walks away, and he's like, "You celebrating in the fucking drive-thru?" Like I was like, "Bro,
This is an accident the first time, and then I took advantage of their loophole.
dickhead." And that's why he's so fucking hyper.
Free espresso.
Oh my
So
god.
anyways,
Anyway,
game time. Splinter, stupid game segment of the
I'm
week.
not that hype.
brought to you by Jamaica's Plow.
We're doing another number round because these guys were so bad at it. I want to just keep doing it because it's funny.
Nothing has improved.
I'm notoriously bad with Jersey.
Not for nothing, he did win one. So he's
I
1-0
did.
in this game. You're 0-0. Actually, 0-1. I'm just kidding. All right.
0-0.
We only got 5 this time. A little shorter round, so we can hop into the fuck your team segment.
Bianca Batuka.
Shut the fuck up. All right, y'all ready?
All right.
Spit them out. You get 2 guesses each. 1, 2, 3. Ricky Prohl.
72.
83. 81.
Boom. Fuck. 1. Current player. Devin Funchess.
17.
Boom. Got one. Fuck yes.
Yeah.
The coffee did it. All right, here we go.
Brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts.
Going back a few seasons, not too long ago. Linebacker and special team master. Captain even. Jordan Sen.
Oh,
56?
fuck. Yeah,
Close.
55.
57.
Boom. 57 it was. Good guessing. All right, 2-1. Getting down the nitty gritty. Cornerback position. Small, angry little man. Richard Marshall.
31.
Boom.
Fuck.
3-1.
That's
Or
it.
no.
Yeah,
That's
he's
it.
won.
Well, whatever. For shits and giggles, Matt Moore, quarterback.
3.
4-1. Splinter fucking dominated.
I have a Matt Moore.
Motherfucker!
2-0.
Yeah!
2-0.
Yes, sir.
That was a good one. All right, that was a fast game. Good deal. Stupid Splinter game is won by Splinter.
Splinter's stupid game show
Of the week.
wows the world again.
So let's not get into too much depth. I know you have some important things to say about it, but let's go ahead and do a fuck your team. It's been a while.
All right.
How about those Eagles and their back-breaking
They love the Cox, man.
They love the Cox.
They love the Cox in Philly.
Jesus
They spend
Christ.
so much money on Cox that it ruins the rest of the league.
Fletcher Cox is now making more guaranteed money over the next 6 years than all but I believe one NFL quarterback.
And so then we're going to end up losing somebody like KK because now he's setting the bar so ridiculously high.
I think so.
I hate Cox.
You really got, like, there is a segment of Panther fans that is going to deny this, but do you really want to pay a defensive tackle quarterback money?
No.
Like,
It ruins a
even if it's
franchise.
KK. Like, I love KK, but I am not willing to mortgage the future of this franchise on a defensive tackle.
Agreed.
Like,
At this point, we won't do it on anyone but Cam or Luke.
no. It's going to take, with the Fletcher Cox deal, we're looking at $105, $115 million.
The only other positive side is it fucks other teams like Denver with Miller and everybody else. So it's going to ruin shit for
that
other
should be
teams
interesting
too.
too. See what
Yeah,
happens.
But thanks that's a Marty Herney deal there.
Von Miller is a different kind of player, but I still don't see $110 million. Like, I just don't.
I wish someone would Nancy Kerrigan both of them. Just for
Maybe
the
it's a
record.
new era. Maybe that's it.
Maybe they will.
Maybe that's what Von Miller's here to do is revolutionize and monetize at his position.
Yeah.
You know, it's always the quarterback, but now you start to see other positions. Most like Gronkowski's got a level celebrity as a tight end in the NFL.
Well, we still just want to say fuck you to you, Philly. Your fans suck.
Yeah.
You're all dick.
Yeah.
You just
Well,
ruined
it's
our fucking defensive tackle
Seriously,
negotiations.
fuck you, Philly.
City sucks.
Damn you.
Who's their stupid
your
coach
city's
now?
all right. Your city's
Fucking
all right.
Peterson.
You got Fresh
Fuck
Prince
you.
and the Gold Club.
Who's their quarterback? Bradford? Or who the hell do they have?
They got RG3, don't they?
No, Foles. RG3's in Cleveland.
No, Carson
Oh, yeah,
Wentz.
that's
They
right.
drafted.
Oh, yeah, that fact. Well, fuck you, too.
Eagles have Wentz.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We hate you all, and we hope
All
you
of
lose.
you.
I hope you lose all your games and never win.
I know
again.
this ruins your franchise for years, and I'm really sorry because I have a good friend of mine that loves the Eagles, and he loves it. Like it hurts when we had shitty Carolina years.
Andrew lives in
Him,
Jersey. He's a Philly fan.
yeah. So I hate this is going to ruin your franchise.
So.
Yeah, well, thanks for nothing. You ruined everything.
And
Chip Kelly ruined
you
their
blew it all the way
franchise.
on. I can't believe you blew it all on Cox.
It's jibba jabba time.
Jibba jabba.
Jibba jabba is where we talk about something.
The topic.
That's
The
a very
topic-
good description of
The
jibba jabba.
question,
The main topic.
the main topic,
The main
event.
topic of the
Ding,
week.
ding, ding.
This is
Do
what we
you
title the
think-
show as
Do
usual.
you shut up? I'm talking.
No, I'm
Do
not.
you think the Carolina Panthers are becoming a dynasty? And that's the question, really.
That's not the question.
What's the question?
The question is more direct, based on Ron Rivera's signing as a coach. You've already forgotten our discussion. We had a discussion.
Well, no,
about
this is the part where you talk about that right now.
Yeah, but that's not focused enough. It's not, are we becoming a dynasty? Everyone's going to be like, of course.
There-
So you have to say, what are the
There are
requirements?
no
to
rules.
us?
All that we do is that we jibber
In
jabber.
Yeah,
order
there's rules, kind of.
for us to become a dynasty, I would say that we have to win this year as far as the division.
Mhm.
2 or more Super Bowls in the next 5 years.
Yes.
I agree with that.
And we have to have a definitive culture to where people say that this is the Carolina Panthers. When you look at a dynasty
We're beasts.
like
You
the
don't wanna play.
Patriots, you remember
Yeah.
Tom Brady and you remember Bill Belichick. And I think we'll be remembered for not only Cam and for Ron Rivera, but also for Luke Kuechly.
Luke. Absolutely.
And of course,
Potentially
we have amazing role players in almost every position, but at the same time, I think that is going to be the identity of our team going forward.
So from this point, 5 years from now, 2021, we'll have a better clue of where the Panthers are.
Other than what he said, what do you feel needs to be established?
I agree, and I'd say even one Super Bowl in 5 years would be, as long as the dominant winning continues, especially in the division. The Pats dominated.
What dynasty has won only one Super Bowl?
Well, once again, determines what you consider a dynasty. That's why we're talking specifics about us, because
and Denver.
Denver has 3 Super Bowls.
Well, no, I know that. But I'm talking about like in a given era.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
And they're not as memorable. Yeah. They don't have the Cam, the Luke, the Ron Rivera. They don't have the culture of winnings, what they're creating here.
Well, they did. I think that Denver was a dynasty with Elway and Shanahan.
Yes.
But at the same time, like, I suppose you could say that they didn't have the kind of winning, or the postseason winning record that, like, the Cowboys did.
Right.
When I think of dynasties, I think of the Cowboys, I think of the Patriots. Of course,
Steelers in the 70s.
Yeah, the Steelers.
Whatever that was, they were dominant as shit.
Miami Dolphins, 70s.
You can make the argument that Tomlin and, or not Tomlin, but the
Roethlisberger and
era, well, he won the first one with Cowher.
Oh, that's right.
But
miss you, Bill Cowher. I don't know when he quit coaching.
But the Roethlisberger era of Pittsburgh has been pretty successful. They've dominated that division.
And how many Super Bowls have they won?
Along with Baltimore.
One, right? Aaron Rodgers won 2.
I don't think of them as a current dynasty, though. I don't.
You wouldn't stack them up against. But I mean, I say, for instance, to get back to my original point, we win the division out for 10 years. We don't have to do exactly what the Patriots do.
If we win the division,
we're not playing the Bills, the Jets, and the Dolphins. We're playing the NFC South. Which you already said, we have the elusivity of our running backs, and the South is a dominant. It was. Is going to be again.
We can say that the South is dominant, but let's not forget that we're 2 years removed from having won the division with a 7-8-1 record.
Yes,
which
has got to be a record in itself.
I'm pretty sure it was.
We're also the first team that they ran back the block kick for 2 points.
Saints. Right. Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I do think of dethroning the Patriots. That's how I think about it. Knocking them off their pedestal, and what that would take. I feel like, undefeated 2, 3, 4 seasons in a row at home, not losing any regular season games at home, always at least making it to the championship game, never losing in the first round of the playoffs ever, ever.
Right.
Having fucking home field in playoffs all the time,
all the time,
and then it being one of those things like you. Not only is it so rare when you lose, we're winning 12, 13 games a season all the time. And it's one of those things where when we lose, that's when you go and you bet 10 grand on us the next week because we're going to fucking murder the next team because we're so fucking pissed off about it. No, you're not worried about a slump. You're not worried about a 2-3 game streak of loss. Right. You don't see that from Tom Brady. Right. You fucking don't. No. I don't want to see that from Cam Newton anymore. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, it's all part of that culture, but it's just like that's Carolina Panther football. They lost. They're going to win 7 in a row now.
Yeah.
And then, I want us just to be dominant regularly. And that's the thing.
For 5 years.
Teams that start off hot and then end cold, they don't go far in the playoffs. You usually got to stay hot all year. Like we did last year, minus 1 fucking game in the stupid Falcon game. So that's what I think. We just need to... That's what I want to see. Or I won't consider us that.
We know how to win. We're really good at it, clearly. So if that continues...
I just think it's amazing that we can look back just a few years ago and we were always looking at the schedule and going, okay, we could win that one. We could win that one. We could win that one.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe this one. And now we can look at the schedule and go,
expect to win.
We might lose that one.
Maybe
lose that one.
It's around the holidays.
This team's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah,
we're gonna be on the West Coast.
We're coming off a bye week or whatever.
Right.
We expect to win most of our games, and that's it. Honestly, one of the best feelings that I've had as a Carolina.
I'd love to go back into Seattle again this year and win again.
We're going to mark it down.
It's gonna be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all I think. There's leave your comments and such.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you
what are your dynasty requirements?
what are the elements?
Who are other
you think
dynasty?
about it?
Panthers
Think
are a
about-
dynasty?
Yeah, bring some other ones to our attention that we didn't mention. We said Steelers, Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean,
Broncos.
certain age. I'm sure we get some older people
Well,
on the
here's
show,
it.
and they'll tell us about the 50s and 60s and Green Bay and Johnny
Favre.
Unitas, and way before
Let me
that.
pose a question to you. The early 90s Bills went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost them all.
All 4,
Are
yeah.
they a dynasty?
They have to be.
They won 4 straight.
They're just
no,
not
they're
ranked as
They
high
won
as, like, the
4
Pats.
straight AFC championships.
Doesn't matter though. They don't have the ultimate win. That's why that makes our fucking season useless last
So you're saying that those 4 seasons are like more of a fluke and just like
Time out.
It was not a fluke.
I'll
They
put
were
a trivia
great team.
Stop.
question.
I'll put it. The argument's already put to rest based on both of your first points. Both of you mentioned 2 Super Bowls in 5 years, at least 1 Super. You both mentioned that first because that's the ultimate mark of a fucking dynasty and a champion is goddamn wins.
Let's
Super
look at
Bowl
how many
wins.
teams have done back-to-back Super Bowls as a feat, which is ridiculously difficult to do. They did it 4 times. That took skill, talent. That was a great team. Just because they don't have the trophies or the banners, that's where it's subject to debate. But they dominated that part. The Pats were shit back then. Like, there was nobody new. There was no Belichick, no Brady. The Patriots, there was nobody in Foxborough. They sucked. So Buffalo managed to do that. They're just ranked lower than the Pats that have all the championships. The Steelers dynasty, the Green Bay dynasty, Dallas dynasty.
That's just consolation.
They're
prize.
just ranked higher. To me, they're lower, but it's a dynasty.
Yeah.
Consolation prize. I don't know. I do not consider that. Fuck Buffalo. Anyways.
It's gotta suck. It's like playing your entire NBA career and not winning a championship. Like, that's what you're there for. So I gotta imagine it feels a little shitty.
You can imagine.
They
Yeah.
wear T-shirts that say "One before I die." That's what the Buffalo Bills fans wear.
Yeah.
Just one before I die.
Yeah,
and I hope
like-
you don't get it because I'm a shitty fan. So fuck you. Anyhow,
Fuck your team too.
I hope
No.
you do get it just because you're.
I don't.
You
I'd like to see them step up and compete
And,
with
like-
New England, which they don't do. The Jets don't do.
they're not going.
The
to until
Dolphins
Brady
don't
goes
do,
bye-bye.
and they
But-
just—that's why they've dominated for 10 years.
All right, enough of that. We're the new Patriots. Have a great week. Keep
Yeah.
pounding.
Is
Keep
that it? Are you
pounding.
sure we didn't forget anything?
I mean, you forgot about Ryan Khalil.
Thank you. That's what we forgot
You
to talk
forgot, about who's AFC, NFC, things like that. You forgot your name, your hat, to order my coffee, right?
I'm high.
But you
We're
do.
disappointed in you guys for thinking
What?
that I'm
You're friends with him.
I'm not paying attention.
He loves Cox.
He does love.
I hate Cox.
I'm going
Philly
on.
loves Cox.
Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.